When our children were young, my husband traveled frequently for his career. I distinctly remember feeling jealous because of his frequent nights in hotel rooms that I imagined were luxe and so comfy, as he enjoyed delicious dinners out with colleagues while I picked at the leftovers remaining from the kids' mac and cheese and hot dogs. But here's what I know to be true now. Now that I've introduced significant travel to my own work life, I've realized there really is nothing glamorous about work-related commute schedules. Another thing I know to be true is that my life is too short to have spent one more minute as an employee. My decision to go as a full-time consultant in 2022 was both terrifying and exhilarating. The quote that comes to mind when I think back to that decision is this: "Can't believe I have one wild and precious life and I'm spending it terrified to answer an email." As I launched my consultancy, many of my clients ended up not being local to my home, and so now I spend a majority of my work hours on projects away from home. During my exploration of how to best care for myself through this new commute life, I've decided to anchor my self-care in the concept of delight. The way that my delight is woven into my daily life is through the sometimes small decisions and choices. One example is intentionally choosing a rental car company that offers a generous rewards program and a ton of choices. I get so much joy and delight in choosing which car I want to drive each week, and I always prioritize a sunroof. Another example is the way that I make decisions about my food consumption and movement practice. Whether I order in advance from the grocery store so that I can cook in my Airbnb, or I walk to the grocery store to get some movement in, I experience true delight when I have home-cooked meals while on the road. Something I'm still working to improve is my sleep and rest. The old adage of not being able to care for those around us if we're not taking care of ourselves is so true. Delight and caring for yourself can intersect in the workplace by experimenting with slow mornings. For example, take no meetings before 10 a.m., or by asking folks to keep meetings to 30 minutes, or by encouraging staff to prioritize personal boundaries with their cell phones. At the end of this year, I want to robustly say that all of this rest, delight, and intention was not a fluke. It was intentional, and it was planned. This quote by Nicola Jane Hobbs really feels relevant. She says, "Instead of asking, have I worked hard enough to deserve rest? I've started asking, have I rested enough to do my most loving and meaningful work?" So have you? Have you rested with intention? Are you prioritizing your self-care?